force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. So when the current carrying conductor is placed in a horseshoe magnetic field, the magnetic field is going from north pole to south pole. What will happen means the current carrying conductor will deflected towards it will be current entering side is it will be enter into it is a south pole. This will act as a north pole similar to the solenoid. So the south pole will be deflected. It will be deflect in this direction. When the current direction is in this direction, the magnetic field direction is here, so the deflection of the force will be in this direction. That is will be explained clearly in Fleming's left hand rule. So this is the current direction, magnetic field direction B, and this is the F direction force experienced by a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. This experiment we have studied already in the class 10 also. So what is the expression for this force? That is we are going to determine now. Okay, so this is a wire or the conductor. The current will be flowing in this direction. That means the electron will be flowing in the opposite direction. This electron drift velocity is Vd. So we assume that the moving charge placed in a magnetic field, but the actual condition is the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, but we can take that current is a flow of charge. So the electron is flowing in this direction. So we are taken this question as a force on a moving charge placed in a magnetic field. So the electron is moving with the drift velocity Vd. The current element is IL. The current element is IL vector. This is the length of the wire. So the magnetic field is applied in this direction. The electron direction is in this direction. If these two are maximum at 90 degree, by the Lorentz force, magnetic Lorentz force, the force will be maximum in the perpendicular direction. If the B vector and the velocity vector are perpendicular to each other, the force is also in the mutually perpendicular to these two things. By the Lorentz force along the x-axis, F is equal to Q into V vector cross B vector. Here we are taken that Q as a electron, which is a negative charge. So minus E into velocity is the drift velocity of the electron Vd. So the total number of the electron is N, but the number of electrons depends upon area of the cross section and the length of the wire. So we can take it that number of electrons, total number of electrons N is equal to N into area of cross section into length. So what we are doing that the total force on the conductor is, this is a one force. This force represents the Lorentz force of a one electron. For n number of electrons, we are just multiply with n. This n is a NaL. That F value is minus E V vector cross B vector. This is a drift velocity. So NEA, this L will be come inside V vector, Vd vector cross B vector. Here this IL vector, this is a current element. This current element IL vector. If the IL vector represents the current element vector in the direction of the current, then L vector and Vd vector are in the opposite direction. Yes, this L vector and Vd vector are in the opposite direction. Hence, in the vector algebra, we can represent that minus L Vd vector is equal to Vd drift velocity into L vector crosses. Here you observe that the vector will be in the drift velocity. After that, if the minus sign goes off, means the vector sign comes to the current element L. So we substitute here minus L V vector D vector is equal to Vd L vector. So F is equal to NEA Vd. Instead of the V vector cross B vector, we can represent L vector cross B vector. What is the NEA Vd? That is the relation between current and drift velocity. That is I is equal to, instead of NEA Vd, I into L vector cross B vector. This is a force on a current carrying conductor. There we are represents force on a charge is F is equal to QVB sin theta. Here it is Q into L cross B sin theta. Instead of the drift velocity of the electron or velocity of the charge, here we can represent the length of the wire. So F is equal to ILB sin theta. There we have the F is equal to QVB sin theta. Q is a charge, here I is a current. If the charge is moving with the velocity v, we get F is equal to QV sin theta. If the current I flows through the elemental length L, so in a magnetic field, if the current element and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other, this force is maximum. Because if it is a sin theta, sin 90 degrees is 1, so the maximum force will be ILB. If it is a 0 degree and 180 degree, that is the current and the magnetic field value. The current element value and the magnetic field both are in the same direction or in the opposite direction, anti-parallel to each other. The total force experienced by the current element is 0. This will be used in the motor. So this Fleming's left hand rule is a motor rule. This only works in the all the motors. The coils are rotating with the principle of Fleming's left hand rule. So we are clearly studied that in that previous video, force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. In this session, we have studied that force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. So for a force on a moving charge in a magnetic field, we get BQV sin theta. Here we get, instead of Q, we get I, and instead of V, we get L. So that is BLV, that is ILB sin theta. So very easy, students. So the force on a current carrying conductor, very simple derivation. Don't confuse with this vector changes. Simply in vector algebra, minus L V vector D, that is a drift velocity vector, will be replaced. The vector will be change over to the length vector if you replace this one. So that is we are substituting here. Even I can explain that this drift velocity never come into play for the current, because the current element only comes into play for the current carrying conductor. So only the vector will be switch over to L vector. So F is equal to ILB sin theta.